Join me now to weigh in, representing Georgia's 1st Congressional District, Congressman Buddy Carter. Congressman, thank you so much for joining me. So, Congressman, as you may have heard, in New Mexico, they are calling on the National Guard to help schools stay open during this COVID Omicron surge. That being said, it's kind of incredible that we're at this point, considering in other states, things are running completely fine at schools, like Florida, for example, and so on. I mean, it just seems kind of excessive and extreme, and you have to wonder, like, why is it that there are so many teachers out of school? And then, according to their logic, Omicron's so bad, then why would they send in the National Guard to do their jobs for them?
Well, those are all valid points and certainly something that needs to be considered. I mean, why are we having to reach this point where we're using National Guard, which, you know, I'm sure they're qualified. I'm sure that they'll do an adequate job. But at the same time, where are the teachers and why are they not there? And I think it's significant to note that in those states that have remained open, like Florida, we haven't experienced this problem. So, it just raises a lot of questions as to exactly what's going on here.
And then think about where we are today. The vaccines are available. I would imagine most of these teachers are double, triple boosted if they want to be or they can be. And the schools have been given a lot of funds to make sure that they're safe. And then think about all the people that have been working since the beginning of the pandemic. It just seems a little out of touch that teachers don't want to go back to work, but they're okay with students being in class and the National Guard being in the schools. And yet all the workers in their communities who are making the community run, they're all back to work. So I don't understand why is it teachers only feel that they're the ones that don't need to be in the schools. And again, not bashing all teachers. It's the teachers unions and some of those. And of course, there's those who don't want to return to work and they want to continue doing remote learning. But that's not the best for kids.
It's not the best for kids, and that's what should be the driving force behind all of these decisions. What is best for the children? Whatever we have to do to keep those schools open. But the question of what about these teachers and what about the teachers' unions in particular, that is a good question. I mean, after all, what's the administration doing right now? 6 months ago, 9 months ago, our healthcare workers who were literally putting their lives on the line in order to be there for patients who needed them, now they're being told, if you don't get a vaccine, you're going to get fired. That is simply ridiculous. I'm pro-vaccine, I'm anti-mandate, but at the same time, to tell these healthcare professionals, or even the truck drivers, or the grocery store workers, the shelf stockers, all of these people, they are the ones who put their lives literally on the line in order to keep this country going. And now we're telling them you're going to get fired if you don't get a vaccine. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's so terrible. And, thankfully, the Supreme Court made their decision on the Biden vaccine mandate. But that being said, there are still a lot of businesses that are going forward with the mandates, despite what the Supreme Court decided. And it's very unfair, but it's interesting to see which businesses and corporations are going which way. For example, Starbucks made an announcement that they're not going to force their employees to be vaccinated. That's a big move, and it's actually kind of a surprising move, wouldn't you say?
I was literally shocked to hear that, but I was relieved and actually happy to hear that as well. So, maybe they're getting it now and maybe they understand. And certainly it is important. Again, I'm pro-vaccine. I think it's safe and effective. I encourage people to get it. But at the same time, it's a personal decision that should be between you and your doctor, you and your pharmacist, you and your family member, not between you and the government. Joe Biden has said himself, the federal government can't control this pandemic. Well, Mr. President, if you can't control it, then why are you mandating vaccines? I just don't get it.
To be clear here, too, I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm just for people making their own medical decisions with their doctors and talking to their family about it versus TV hosts and the government forcing you and encouraging you to get vaccinated. People need to make those decisions on their own. Now, I want to shift gears here. Team Biden has been trying to clean up the disaster after his press conference the other day. He said some pretty alarming things in regards to Russia and the conflict there with Ukraine. So he said, the U.S. wouldn't act if there was like a small incursion there, a small invasion. Everyone heard it. They've been trying to backtrack and reverse that. We do have a video clip. Let's take a look at it, and we'll react after. Roll tape.
I've been absolutely clear with President Putin. He has no misunderstanding. If any assembled Russian units move across the Ukrainian border, that is an invasion. But it will be met with severe and coordinated economic response that I've discussed in detail with our allies, as well as laid out very clearly for President Putin.
So the damage is already done. Everyone was listening to the president. Our enemies and our allies were taking notes during his press conference.
You know, a couple of things here. First of all, to say that a little invasion would be okay, that's like saying, you know, you're a little bit pregnant. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. And for the president of the United States to say this, I don't think people realize just how dangerous this is, that this weak and ineffective leadership that this president is portraying from the White House is on the world stage. You've got China watching. You've got Russia, obviously, who knows what's going on. You've got Iran. You've got North Korea. All of them are looking at this. And don't think for one moment after the Beijing Olympics what's going to happen with China. You just hold your breath, because I can tell you Taiwan is next, and China is just chomping at the bits to get to it.
According to the reports, the U.S. is going to rush weapons into the Ukraine. Is that something that the U.S. should be involved with? Obviously, there's two arguments to be made here. Should we be helping them protect their borders? And then the argument here is people are saying, well, why are we so focused on everyone else's borders? What about our borders? I mean, we're still dealing with our crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border.
Well, that's a very good question, and certainly one that the administration should be answering at this time. But I think it is important in the case of Ukraine for us to show power. You know, Ronald Reagan said, strength through power, and that's what we have to have. But to show power before the invasion, not after the invasion. I mean, the administration and Biden have been saying all along, oh, if you go in, then you will suffer these consequences. Well, you know, it would be so much more effective if we were to show our power now. Let them see that we are serious about what we're talking about, and we're not going to tolerate this, Mr. Putin.
Yeah, no, we definitely shouldn't. Well, thank you so much, Congressman. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you.
Of course.